MyMac Podcast 885. 885? No. 600? No. 885.
And welcome, everyone, to the MyMac.com podcast. It is our 600th podcast, and man, do we have some exciting stuff for you. And by exciting, we mean really more or less a regular show. So while this is a significant milestone for us, it does pale in comparison to what's going on in the Ukraine as we record this show. And we aren't going to bring a lot of coverage as we aren't about general news and politics, you know, all the stuff we say about China and the French on the side. But for what it's worth, we dedicate this episode to the brave people of the Ukraine, and we wish them well. Now, Gaz, so good to see you. Can you believe that it has... Now, I said 600-ish podcasts because there has been some when you haven't been there or I haven't been there or somebody else recorded the whole damn thing in our stead. But
well, that last one that's quite rare, but where you've been there or I've been there and the other hasn't been there happens, you know, more
every once in a while.
Not often, every once in a while, but yeah,
a couple times a year.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And but you know, this means essentially, well, I think we actually did talk about when our 10-year anniversary was, because I think we're over 11 years now.
Yeah, we must be. Yeah, we must be.
11 years, Gaz.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I'm seeing my counsellor, and what they've said, because I've gone through about 8 counsellors. What they've said is that they're actually giving up on me because they can't understand why I keep coming back. But you know, is what it is.
It is. And for me, my counselors just go, keep going. Keep going.
If you can, he's free time. If he's giving you all this time, then
because
just
every
take it.
moment you spend with Gaz is time that we don't have to spend with you.
Absolutely.
So what are you up to?
I spent this time on my Mac and the iPad writing up the section notes, which I'm not going to give you a preview of here.
Clever.
See what I did there, Guy? Yes, he's taken my show notes to heart. Well done.
No, because it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know why you put... All right, we're going to peek behind the curtain just a little bit.
Little bit.
He actually put in the show notes, Guy laughs out loud and long. And it's like, no, you didn't even need to say that.
No, I
didn't. It was
didn't.
actually funny.
And you'll see why.
We're not going to tell you why.
No,
we're not
going to tell you why.
Yet.
Not yet. So, been busy at work and, just stuff. We've kind of been recovering from last week when it was my daughter's wedding, and you know they're still getting lots of congratulations and stuff coming through, and people saying, "Oh, I wish we could do that whole day again." And I'm going, no. But it was.
You pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how about you? What's been happening in the Guy world this week? That could be a whole theme park, couldn't it? Guy world.
Yeah, Guy world.
Mind you,
what kind of insane rides?
Mike rides.
You need to have
Mike rides. There'd be, wouldn't they? You'd just be going, speaking to this mic, and then your voice will come out over here. Isn't that exciting?
Every ride is like the Pirates of the Microverse. I don't know, something like that.
Anyway,
the Mike Cruise. But putting all that aside, I'm looking really for anything to talk about, and thinking about how fortunate that we are to be in our respective countries, even with all of the problems as compared to those under attack or a threat of attack. Now, to lighten things up just a little bit, we're going to play some of, not all of them, because actually there were quite a few. Not as many people did it, but the people that did do it, they gave us a lot of bumpers. Thank you.
Yes.
Who knew you could insult us in so many different ways?
And who knew that we could insult you by not understanding what your bumpers said?
At least one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll come back to that later, Matt.
We will. So we're going to play a few of the bumper contest entries for this year throughout the program. And yes, there is a winner. I put in everyone's name, and I went to random.org, I think is the name of the website, and it spat it back out. As a matter of fact, I put an image of what it spat out into the show notes so Gaz could see it. And yes, there is a winner, and we will play some of them. And
winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. I actually created a whole new page in Farrago for just the bumpers that we got for this contest.
Well done,
So
folks.
actually, let's play one right now. As a matter of fact, let's see. How about
we'll play it, Guy?
Each week, Gaz manages to make Guy just a little bit crazier.
No fooling.
The G-Men on the MyMac Podcast.
And that was kind of a theme.
That was a good
year.
one. Yes, that was a good one. Can I just say that page of bumpers? Can you make sure that you play them in some sort of order so that you don't forget the ones that you've played, Guy?
No.
No. I thought so. No.
Hang
on, Steve.
I'm going to play another one right now.
Steve, what does he say?
No.
That's right. I'll play another one right now.
Each week, Gaz manages to make Guy just a little bit crazier.
No fooling.
The G-Men on the MyMac Podcast.
There we go. See? I don't
Completely different bumper. Completely different bumper. Yeah. And yes, Carl.
And here's
can I just jump in? Can I just jump in before you jump?
Of course.
Carl, yes. I think I need to arrange to come down and meet. I've got somebody else down in London who's asking me. And yes, I'll make sure that we arrange a meetup as well. So,
especially now that things are finally opening.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Well, the other Jesus.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah. Here's one from Greg.
The French, the German, unicyclists. If you listen, you can join the long list of people who have a grudge against the G-Man on the MyMac show.
Yes, they do. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, they do.
Absolutely. Okay. So, do you want to go on, or do you want me to actually do? Because, folks, even though this is going to be, and I can assure you, this is going to be a long show.
Yeah.
I do have some snippets. So, would you like me to jump into the snippets, Guy?
Go for it.
Gaz's snippets. Okay. This is one, Guy, that you have been waiting for a long time.
Ooh.
Apple Pay transit support is now widely expanding in France, starting in 2023.
Well, that'll match up really well with the trip that I'm not going to take to France next year.
Right. Yes, because we have to. I don't think actually either of our passports will be. You are Mr. Guy, sir. You are not allowed in this country.
What makes you think that you can come over here?
Yeah, along with Mr. Gizmez, supposedly.
We're sending you to someplace you're really going to like.
Yeah. Apple relationship with the Dutch fines continues as the App Store fails to satisfy the regulators. Apparently, Apple has been fined for the 5th time, Guy. Read it and weep. 5th time. Over the App Store regulation controversy in the Netherlands. The country's antitrust watchdog is charging the Cupertino company over 5.7 million again for the 5th week in a row over the lack of third-party payment options for dating app subscriptions. Apparently, the Netherlands antitrust watchdog has said, Apple don't care about our fines. Seemingly not. Seemingly not.
Well, I think the only way at this point that they're going to satisfy the Dutch is if they change their batteries.
I'm saying nothing. So far, I can't do this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Much better.
Yeah, that's French. Safari is about to lose it.
Satisfy the French.
Can I do these snippets or not? They are not supposed to have too many. Safari. It's the Walloons, the Belgians, where you've got the French influence guy. You know those, not the Flemish, but Belgian Flemish and the Walloons. We're talking Dutch. They don't have a French influence, even though Napoleon would have liked to have done. A little bit like another mad dictator at the moment. Anyway, I'll move on. Safari is about to lose its place as the world's second most used desktop web browser. That is a surprise because of the second part of that statement. The world's second most used desktop web browser. Because initially I thought, well, of course Safari is the world's, either second most used browser because everybody's got it on the iOS. But this is a desktop. So that is quite incredible.
Not everybody uses it. Not everybody uses it on their Mac.
Agreed. That's why it's going to become the second most used. But I just found that quite interesting. The fact that it's it's going to lose its place as the second most. Oh God, you're trying to ask me questions, which I really don't.
You can't just.
You're asking me.
In second place
these
anymore,
are snippets.
We're not going to tell you what it is.
These are snippets. I don't care who's going to take its place. Apple's Safari web browser has never been as popular as Google Chrome, which dominates. I think it's Edge actually, the world's market share, but it has been consolidated as the second most used browser for a long time. However, new data suggests that Safari is about to lose its second place to its competitors. And I've got to go to the web page now, and it's now going to lose my place. Edge. It is Microsoft Edge, as I said.
Okay.
Which actually I quite like.
Browser.
I'm actually using Edge for this here.
I use it
or
at work.
StreamYard. I have to use it at work, but there you go.
Yeah, me too.
Police confirm ongoing hostage situation unfolding at the Apple Store in Amsterdam. I'll come back to that a little bit later, but that might be because of the fines they were getting. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Sorry.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Oddly enough, the gunman in the store demanded $5.7 million.
It's not funny. That's not funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. It is not funny.
Yeah, and I put this bit in. I should have brought it down, really. Apple would rather pay a maximum of 50 million in fines than address concerns brought forward by the Dutch Competition Authority regarding developer access to third-party payment methods in the App Store. The EU's head of digital policy, Margarethe Vestager, has said. Yeah, well, there's not a surprise.
She used to be going.
Sony, very good. Sony guy, what's this got to do with Apple? Is making it easier. What's this got to do with Apple? To share PS5 screenshots. What's this got to do with Apple? Using an iOS app.
You know what's going to hold that back? That nobody can buy a PS5.
Yeah, probably.
And haven't been able to since the damn console came out. Not that I care about those
I've
things.
got a Gaz's piece here, but I haven't moved it, so I'll have to see if I can remember to come back to that. I may or may not. The Amsterdam Apple gunman has died after injuries from the police, and the police have saved a hostage. So he has.
Did he just have the one hostage?
The gunman has now died from injuries sustained when he was hit by a police vehicle. Police intervened to save the hostage when he ran from the store, and the gunman gave chase. The gunman has still not been named. Well,
what an idiot! I mean,
I was just going to say his middle name must be Idiot.
Yeah, putting aside the fact that he was stupid enough to go into any kind of store and take a hostage, he lets the hostage not only get away from him, but chases after him outside of the store, which was his only protection from police with a bunch of guns. It's like, dude.
If it wasn't so tragic, we wouldn't be laughing so much. Oh, yes, we're laughing. I'm sorry. No, it is tragic. It is very tragic. I was going to say, I've been in that Amsterdam store as well.
I haven't been to Amsterdam. Well, when I was in Amsterdam, Apple, I don't think they didn't have any stores back then.
No, they didn't have a store. But I've been in that Amsterdam store, so I know exactly
Is
where.
it a nice store?
About. It is a very nice store.
Okay, good.
Well, it was. I'm just glad I wasn't there recently.
Well, yeah, it may need some remodeling.
Apple apparently will soon offer Face ID repairs without replacing the entire iPhone. Apple stores with Apple authorized service providers will soon be able to repair Face ID on the iPhone XS and newer without having to replace the whole device, according to internal memo obtained by the Mac Rumors from a reliable source.
Yeah, well, they probably would have been better off trying just to fix some people's faces instead of Face ID. But
Apple is starting to catch up on 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook demand 4 months after the launch. So good.
Yeah,
good.
They're selling. They're selling like MacBooks. Sorry, hotcakes.
Or do
I would
hotcakes?
love to have one of those.
Yes, I would too. Do hotcakes sell like MacBooks? Apple Card. Apple Card reintegrates with Mint budgeting service after a rocky launch. Back in 2020, Mint debuted the ability to integrate your Apple Card within your account. After serious issues affecting its use, this feature was temporarily removed. Apple Card users have the opportunity once again to integrate their card usage within the Mint app.
Yeah, that just fills me with so excitement and confidence that
I thought it would.
2 years, 2 years.
Yeah, well, they were off with COVID.
Something like that fixed. Well, true.
Volvo has ditched PCs and paper and gives 1,500 service engineers an iPhone and an Apple Watch instead.
Okay. But why do they have to say they're ditching paper? It's like, can you take a message for me, please? I would like to, but I can't. I have no paper.
No, why did you say it like that?
I don't know. Everything seems to be in a French accent today.
Who beat the Scots, by the way? Sorry, Scotland. And the English.
More about Scotland later.
Yes, more about Scotland later. Mark Jim. And also the English beat the Welsh at Twickenham today. I'm not gloating at all.
And for those who aren't sure what we were talking about, here comes yet another bumper. Listen carefully.
Guy guys on the MyMac Podcast show. The baker's favourite proves they have no taste.
There, see, clear as mud.
Yeah, I'm still not sure I understood it.
We have
more later,
though.
Mac Jim. More later. We love you. We love you, and we're taking the mickey out ourselves because we're so stupid. I got to say,
we are.
Apple News rolls out local news coverage in Canada. Yeah, hey.
Those Canadians. I just pissed off everybody in Canada.
Yeah. We're going to start doing American states next, so you can't travel through them.
Well, we already have. We've made fun of Texas.
Excuse me,
Florida.
Excuse me. When you say we,
me,
thanks.
Me. And the worst part is, see, you could have done that same thing, and they would have had to have gone to England, to do something about it. Now all they have to do is drive across the U.S.
Apple.
I'm so screwed.
Can I move on? Apple. I love the way that you dig your own hole. You just keep going. Apple.
And I give them ideas. It's
will you let me finish?
We could just go over there.
Will you let me finish? Will you let me finish? This is going to be a long enough show as it is.
It is.
I think you might like this. Apple imagines a Mac inside a keyboard device evocative of the 80s home computers. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I did see something on that, and it kind of made me laugh because I was thinking that Commodore, whatever company currently holds the patents for Commodore, as soon as they do that, they'll be like, hey, we did that with the Commodore 64, Apple.
Yeah.
We're suing you in East Texas.
You're right. Apparently, Apple are a front runner for the $2 billion deal for NFL Sunday ticket rights.
Yeah.
Apple payments suspended in Russia with local banks hit by sanctions.
What? Whoa! When did this happen? He said with amazement.
I don't know. I'm moving on. App Store small business program is no longer. Apps. Will you let me finish?
Sorry.
App Store small business program no longer prohibits app transfers. Would you like me to give you a bit of background on that?
Yes, please.
In 2020, Apple announced the new App Store small business program, which allows developers to qualify for a commission rate of 15% if they earn up to 1 million. However, Apple had been rejecting developers who transferred apps from one account to another, which is fortunately no longer the case, Guy.
They shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Ukraine asked Apple to stop product sales and block App Store access in Russia. I'm saying no more on that one. There is a report, Guy, that Apple, Spotify, and others have caved to new Russian law that could impact censorship demands. I have a feeling this might come out to be a little bit louder news in the weeks to come, to be honest.
I also have a feeling that it's not going to make a damn bit of difference.
I just think it's a bit of background story, Guy. This is just a bit of background story. And that, folks...
Apple needs to just turn off the servers.
That, folks, is the end of Gaz's Snippets.
All the people in Russia, you don't get to have access to iCloud anymore. And you know who to blame.
I do have a Gaz's link, but I'm not sure whether you're going to like it or not. Now, I watched a TV show on a film on Netflix.
Okay.
Talking about Boeing and the downfall of Boeing. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
I found it quite interesting, actually. Really was really interesting. And now this week I've seen a news report saying the FAA now says that 5G airports may interfere with Boeing 737s. Now, if they need any more bad news,
doomed friggin' aircraft.
It's not only that. Correct, because it was the 737 that they were talking about.
737 Max that was on hold for 2 years.
Correct.
Because the software sucked.
Yes. McDonnell Douglas rubbish. I'm saying no more. That is the end of Gaz's Snippets and Gaz's links and all the rest of it.
Oh, I don't know, Gaz. And it's not just airplanes. I think they had an entry in the whole what's going to be the next manned capsule that goes up into space and just blew it so hard that Elon Musk, of all people, was like, we're already past all of that. And I don't know how to do an Afrikaans accent, so I'll just say it like this, and you'll know that it's Elon Musk.
Sorry, is Elon Musk South African?
Yes, he is.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was born in South Africa. His father was very wealthy, and he.
Hello. My name is Elon Musk.
Well, he left. I think he was 17 or 18 years old when he left.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the stuff that he does.
I don't.
SpaceX.
Nope.
And Tesla and there's been some real cutting edge stuff there.
Nope.
But he as a person.
Nope, not cutting edge at all. He's ruining the planet.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay.
He is. I'll tell you what. There's a serious point here, Guy.
Okay.
Batteries are going to be the demise of our planet.
Absolutely
I tell you,
agree.
We have got to be.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. So that's serious point over because we could get very deep on that.
Yeah. Well, because they wear out and then they're good for nothing.
Well, it's not so much that. It's all of the dangerous chemicals that are in them. And so far, we're only doing a very minute amount of recycling. So
everybody is jumping in with battery-powered cars with both.
Be careful what you wish for, folks. Be careful what you wish for. My old company, Go Cummins, hydrogen. Anyway, move on.
Yep. That's and the thing about, and I mean, obviously I have to say it now because we've started. A long time ago, when I learned about hydrogen power and using that as a fuel for cars, I was like, why aren't people jumping on this with both hands? It's like, it's not only is it a man-made chemical that you can relatively easily create, because I mean the air is basically,
you can make it locally. You can make it locally at a local service station. Yeah.
But after you burn it, the byproduct is water. Is like distilled water.
Yeah, there are some dangers. I'm not going to knock that, but we're in a position where we can do.
Stay
Anyway,
away from Lakehurst, New Jersey.
This is not really MyMac, is it?
Cargo boom.
Yeah, cargo boom.
Cargo boom. All right, everyone.
My battery blow everywhere.
Please stand by while our cars all go boom. And we will be right back with the second part of this show, which will be even longer than this one. And welcome everyone to the third try to the second part of the MyMac.com podcast. We're so glad that you're here and that I was able to get through that.
I thought actually you did really well there, because you said the third attempt of the second part of the 600. Yeah. No, 885. No, 600 show.
I would not have gotten through it if I had tried that. So
no, that's true.
Nope.
Well, as we said earlier, Guy, I didn't want to preview this second section. And for those on the video, you'll see Guy doing a little tilt of his head and pointing at me. And the reason I didn't want to preview, this second section is because it's all about preview. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a load of stuff which I've been looking at for preview, and Guy may interject at certain points, although I'll try and stop him because you know what he's like. And really, it's just a plethora of hints and tips about what preview can do for you, but not everything that preview can do for you, as you'll find out. Anyway, okay. So
now, this is kind of an expanded Gaz's tip, but I'm not playing it.
No.
Because you actually do have
a Gaz's tip. I do. Absolutely. Okay. So have you been sent a PDF that is built with form fields built into it? Well, yep. Preview can fill in those forms and those fields if you've downloaded the PDF and opened it in preview. Okay, so what about those pesky PDF forms, Guy, that have the space left in for you to fill it in, but isn't a form with those little fields in them? Well, click on the annotation icon at the top and drop in a text field and type in that field what you need. And yes, you can adjust the text to match the same size as the rest of the document. And if you want to have more spaces to fill out, well, I generally copy that text box and then just adjust the text inside. So then I don't have to adjust the size of the text, copy paste. Okay, once you've done this, you can go to print and save the PDF. This is quite important, actually. Very often, in most of these tips, you often have to save the document in preview as the document type that you want to keep the changes. But if you want this so it's secured, certainly in a PDF, once you've done this, you can go to print, save the PDF as a PDF, print, save as PDF, and it will include those annotations embedded into the document. So when you send it to somebody else, they can't then go into those little text boxes and change them. Okay. Something else I've done is to highlight text in a PDF that I've been sent, and then sent that document back with those highlights so the person can see exactly what it's a little bit markup, but it's not markup, it's just highlighting. This is standard preview processing that you can do. But get this, Guy, you can highlight some text and then you can use different colors to highlight different aspects of the document and different text.
Really?
Okay, yeah. But hey, You're thinking this might be good for research. Well, how about then adding a note next to that section? And then you've added your own information to a place in the document. But wait, guy, it gets better. If you click the drop down on the sidebar, you have options. And one of those options is to have in the sidebar highlights and notes. So you can easily find those highlighted items in your document and where those notes are. So you can just click.
This is not unlike what you can do in Microsoft Word. The difference, though, of course, this is a PDF right out of the gate.
Absolutely.
So you can secure it like you can't do with like a Word document.
Oh, don't talk to me about secure. I'll come on to that later. But yeah. I mean, it means you can easily click and go to each of those sections. Just, it gets better. What about changing a PDF, Guy? Yep, Preview can do that in the sidebar. You can not only highlight and delete pages, you can even adjust the PDF page order. So if you've got like a PDF that's been sent to you, it's got 5 pages long, and you think, what page 4 would be much better in page 3's position, and page 3 would be much better in page 5 position. In Preview, you just open the sidebar and you can click them around and move them. Crazy. Get out of here, I hear you say, Guy.
Get out of here.
Well, you can merge one PDF, Guy, into another. It's crazy, isn't it? Open a PDF in Preview, open the sidebar, and then drag another PDF into the sidebar. Go on, Guy. Ask me if you can.
Won't that break the space-time continuum?
It will, but Mac's got it covered for you. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Go on, Guy. Ask me if you can crop a PDF document.
Gaz, can you crop a PDF document?
Guess what, Guy? You can. I don't know about you, but I've received a PDF that has a lot of unwanted stuff. You know, T's and C's, silly ads, etc. Well, in the annotation tools, there's a rectangle/square, and all you have to do is select that and then highlight the area that you want and hit crop. Now it hides all of the other parts that you don't want and shows just the bit that you need to, say, print out. Superb. Do you want to send the document to someone and make sure it's protected? Well, export the document, and in the save form, you'll see a permissions option. Click on it and set your parameters. Of course, you can export the PDF in a JPEG and a PNG format as well. Just gets better and better. Okay, look, that's enough of PDF, although there's still more that you could do. I've missed out loads of stuff there. Let's move on to images. Of course, you can use Preview to look at your images or images found on linked devices like a hard drive that you've attached. You likely know, as with PDFs, that you can use the annotation tools in Preview to add all kinds of shapes, highlighting, and text to your images. But Preview can also do many other things. Okay. Don't like the scanner software that came with your printer? How about using Preview? Go to File in Preview, and in the drop-down, you should see your connected scanner/printer. It can import from the scanner/printer, and then once it's scanned it opens the image up in Preview, Guy.
Can I add something right here?
You can.
One really, really cool thing about Preview is that you have kind of a light version of it built into Finder. So every single time you highlight in Finder an image and you press the space bar,
it opens it up.
The image comes up full size right there, and there's always a little box, I think it's up in the upper right-hand side, that says open in Preview. So while you can do some of those things while you're in the Finder, if you really want to get to the meat and potatoes of what you can do in Preview, hit that box that says open in Preview.
Okay, here's a brilliant sidetrack there. Tangentially perfect, Guy. You've now opened that image.
Don't ask me to do it again, though.
No, you've opened that image in exactly the manner that Guy said, and you want to do a quick and simple image adjustment. Well, you can adjust exposure, contrast, highlights, and color saturation, and there's many more things that you can adjust using Preview to adjust your image. You can use Preview to export your image to a different format. Go to File, then Export, and you'll see a format option towards the bottom of the dialog box. Choose the option, and hey, voila. Go on.
But Gaz, why
brilliant.
can't I also change the size of the image? I sometimes just want to do a quick way.
Well, it's easy.
I said that quite right.
You did. I was kind of going to say it for you, but that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you just want to do that with one image, Guy, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, wait. While in the image, go to Tools in the menu bar, Guy, and you'll see the option in that menu to adjust size. And it's got all of the options about pixels, width, height, and all of that. You can do all of that in Preview. What if you want to crop a section of an image? Well, just use your cursor, click, and then select an area of the image. Go to Tools, select Crop. However, you can also have a selected area copied to a new image. So let's see, you want a funky shape selected from one image, pasted into another image. Do the selection in your first image, copy the selected area, then in the second image, paste that copied item over. You can then position the pasted item anywhere within that second image. Remember to save, though. Remember to save. It won't do it unless you do your saving, folks. I bet Preview can't see the metadata, Guy, in an image. What do you think?
No.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. With the image open in Preview, press Command-I or go to Show Inspector in the Tools menu. There you have it, giving you all the metadata. What about showing a load of images without going through the many apps or even photos by importing and setting it up? Guess what, Guy? Open a load of images in Preview. You have all of the thumbnails in Preview. You see all of the images down the left-hand sidebar. You can then go to View, then Slideshow. Bingo, Guy, bingo. A full screen, quick and easy slideshow will then happen on your Mac. Do you know, Guy, I haven't really touched... I
think you can export that into Keynote as well.
There's an extra tip which I wasn't aware of. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure whether you can or you can't. I bet you can. It's
Probably.
knowing
I wasn't
Preview.
Sure either. That just seemed like a thing that it would do.
Folks, let us know. But I haven't really touched on the annotation tools that there is, and there's so much more that you can do with Preview. But do you know what, Guy? I think that's more than enough for this special 600/885 show. What do you think? Is that okay?
I think that's good. And on that note,
they have received numerous awards for the best Apple-related podcast. But bear in mind, this was from Microsoft and Google, the G-Men, on the MyMac Podcast.
Yes.
I agree with that, Guy.
And here's one I think you'll agree with as well.
What microphone is Guy using this week? No one really cares, but they'll still talk about it for 10 minutes. They're the G-Men on the MyMac show.
And I'm definitely nodding my head to that as well.
Oh, you would say that when I wasn't ready because I wasn't on the page I needed to be on, but let's just pretend I was.
Hit it. Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
No cheers for
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
It's time for
Gaz's tip. So I was going to cheat and say this week's Gaz's tip was basically re-listen to my piece about Preview. There's enough tips in there for another 600 shows.
Pretty much, yeah.
But actually, if you copy a section in Preview, you can go to the menu bar, you go to Menu, File, and you'll see an option, New from Clipboard. So you'll get a new Preview window open with that copied item. So I'll just go through that again. You've copied a section or a big piece out of your Preview image that you've got open. You go to File and you'll see New from Clipboard. Just click on that and you get a new Preview window open, and it's got that image or that section of image that you've got in a new window. Boom, Guy. They just keep on coming. I think, Guy, that Preview is worth getting a Mac on its own.
Kind of is, because none of that works in Windows or Linux, and I see some head nodding.
Hit it. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips.
Is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
Now, I'd like to say that was the 600th time that I've done that.
But it's not.
but it's not. We didn't do Gaz's tips right in the very beginning of the show. It is actually kind of amazing how much of the show, that the way that the show is structured now, just kind of happened organically based on, it was like, well, why don't we do this week? Or why don't we do this other thing the next week? And then 400 shows later, it's still there. Some of them either one or both of us don't like. The foreign language section, for example. Gaz has never been a fan of that. I keep it in because I just think it's funny as hell.
Yes, thanks.
I do.
Even funnier this week.
Speaking of that,
pick's sake.
If you've got a dead horse that you want someone to beat, who are you going to call? The G-Men on the MyMac Show.
Brilliant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good.
And one from Marcus.
Oh, I thought I unfollowed and deleted the MyMac.com podcast with Guy and Gaz.
Yeah, every time I get one from Marcus, I need to listen to it very carefully. Because sometimes there's just little bitty things that I need to change in them. Little bitty things. Now, for pick's sake this week, neither one of us have anything that we have listed. However, you do? Do you have something? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to mention the fact. Let's do mine first because yours is much more serious and much more authoritative. I've been playing Kingdom Rush Frontiers TD Plus. Don't know why it's got all that name. It's basically a tower defense game in arcade. I found it and I thought, I'll give it a go. And actually, I've got quite into it, and I'm quite enjoying it. I've got to a point where it's getting a little bit difficult, but actually, I'm still quite enjoying the challenge. So, Frontiers,
if you give them some money, I'm sure they'll make it easier for you again.
And I don't want to give them money. I'm giving Apple money, who are giving them money, so they're getting money. Okay, Kingdom Rush Frontiers TD Plus. I don't know whether it's actually available outside of arcade as well. It could well be, but yeah.
Well, make sure you put the link in the show notes.
Okay, I'll do that just for you guys.
Sorry. My for pick's sake this week, there's a website called timeout.com. And if you're interested in safe, helpful Ukrainian donation sites for various things, there'll be a link in the show notes and it's 8 different ways that you can help the people of Ukraine right now. And there's 2 that I've donated to. Actually, I have to rephrase that. There's one that I've successfully donated to, and the other one, I haven't been able to do it yet because apparently my bank is kind of like, but I will get the second one done as well. The first one is the Ukrainian Red Cross, which is just redcross.org. .ua. If you go there, there's a big donate button that's right there. And the one that I have not yet been able to donate to, but will, is Doctors Without Borders, which is doctorswithoutborders.org. And there's links to all the different ways that you can help them as well. There's all kinds of ways that you can help provide support to the Ukrainian people without being afraid that it's going to go to somebody bad or somebody that doesn't really deserve it. And Ukrainian Red Cross, or the Red Cross in general, is one of those sites that you can be pretty safe with donating to, and they'll get the money to the right people. Now, Gaz, we have so much audio feedback, and almost all of it from Greg. And a lot of them are bumpers, but there is a statement that he made right at the very beginning. I'm going to play that one first. So here it is.
Hey guys, Greg from North Carolina. No bumper.
Hi, Greg.
This week, but I did have an experience that kind of brought something to mind I thought you'd get a chuckle out of it. I'm a high school teacher, and I've got a brand new course this semester. So I went to sign into a system that they provide us that gives us, lesson plans and supplemental materials for all the courses. Since I've never taught this course before, I needed something called an enrollment key. So I sent an email to the people who should provide such stuff. And since I'm not a very good speller, I copied the words enrollment key off of the original page and dropped them in my email. When I did this, the word enrollment had a little squiggly line under it. When I clicked on it, it turns out that enrollment was spelled incorrectly. It was spelled with one L instead of two. So in my email, I said, corrected the spelling and said, please send me the enrollment key. And then in another paragraph, I said, I'm not sure how I spell about this, but enrollment is spelled wrong. They sent me back the enrollment key, and then they said, yes, we've gotten that before. The reason is that the software company that provides this information for us is British, and that's how they spell enrollment over there. This, of course, brings me to my question for Gaz. For crying out loud, can't you people spell anything right? I guess I should just be grateful that you didn't shove a U in there where it doesn't belong, like you do so many other times. Y'all have a good time. I'll talk to you later.
So,
Thank you, Greg.
As Greg was saying, I thought, no, enrollment only has one L. It doesn't have two. How do you spell roll? Spell roll for me, Guy.
ROLE.
How do you spell enrollment?
EYG.
Spell roll for me, Guy.
ROLL. Sorry. ROLUL.
Yes, great. To your answer, yes, we can spell absolutely correctly. It's English.
And
we'll spell it how we bloody well like.
And you don't have to like it.
No.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Yeah. Funny.
And we have, he's got a bunch of different ways to insult us too.
Brilliant.
Okay, here's the first one.
Have you ever met someone that is so dense when you insult them, you have to call back and clarify because they don't understand you?
Yes. All right.
On the MyMac show.
Brilliant.
And we have two different translations for the one that we didn't get. And
do Marcus's first. Do Marcus's first when you come round to them.
Okay. And here's the next one. And I almost hesitate to play this one, and you'll know why when you hear it.
Hey guys, Greg from North Carolina. I guess this isn't really a bumper, but I think this one might just be enough to finally send Guy completely off the deep end. Okay, you ready? Shave and the haircut.
That's it.
Yeah, that would do it. That
doesn't bother me at all.
That would do it, Greg. Definitely. You can't see. I can see his brain is about to explode. It definitely is about to explode.
All right. Here's the next one from Greg.
They're the G-Men on the MyMac show, where every episode is better than the next one.
Because I couldn't remember how that worked.
Every episode of the MyMac Podcast is painstakingly handcrafted by the most talented podcasters anywhere on the planet. Either that or just thrown together a slapdash by Guy and Gaz, depending on who's available.
That Guy is actually a very good compliment.
Well, yeah.
No, it is. It is. It is.
Honestly,
he said it's either a brilliant show done by the best podcasts, or we just throw it together. Meaning, just think how good we could be.
If I can be honest, I actually work very, very hard at editing the audio. Not so much the video, but the audio for this show.
I know you do.
Every single week.
I don't know why, but I know you do.
The after show. Especially the after show. So carefully handcrafted. Because I don't want to get in trouble. So here's the next one.
They're the G-Men on the MyMac show. Hey, at least they're not French.
Exactly. I think that says it all right there. Oh.
Well, the download is finished. Might as well go ahead and start listening and get it over with for another week. It's the G-Men on the MyMac show.
And he has a somewhat similar one here.
Every podcast brings me joy. Some of them do it when I download them. Some of them do it when I delete them. They're the G-Men on the MyMac program.
All right, here's the last one from Greg.
The accounts and descriptions of the MyMac podcast may not be used without the express written consent of the Commissioner of Major League Baseball.
Well, yeah. I think that kind of goes without saying.
Brilliant.
Okay, now I've got a couple from Marcus here. One where he breaks the rules.
Okay.
Well, I know that almost goes without saying with Marcus.
Absolutely.
But this is the one where he doesn't break the rule.
The baker's favorite proves there can be taste.
That's basically Marcus translating this one.
Guy and Gaz.
Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Where is it?
As their wives often.
No,
that's not it.
Guy and Gaz on the MyMac Podcast show. The baker's favourite proves they have no taste.
And to be fair to Jim, he sent us a very exasperated sounding translation after we bitterly complained when he sent the original one in.
Can I just say, though?
And Gaz on the MyMac Podcast show. The baker's favourite proves they do not have taste. It's a bad day when you've got to explain what you said in English.
Jim, we love you. We absolutely love you. I've got to say, though, Marcus did send an email which said, for Christ's sake, I've been to Scotland only 4 times and I'm a hick farmer from Minnesota and I got it after the 4th or 5th listen, maybe the 3rd. Now, in our defense, Mr. Mac Jim, in our defense, and it's not really a defense, but it's the best I can come up with. I've never heard that phrase before. If I knew that phrase, I might have been able to pick it up, but I've never heard that phrase before. However, it's not really an excuse, and we're sorry.
And in
we're
my
really
defense,
sorry.
I had no idea what the hell you were talking about. In my defense. All right, here's the last new one. And these were all new, except for, of course, the original Mac Jim one. Also from Marcus.
Have a listen to the best podcast in the universe, the No Agenda Podcast Show with Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak. What? The MyMac what? What the Oh, anyway, listen to Guy and Gaz on the MyMac.com podcast weekly.
Weekly. I love that last
Yeah,
bit.
weekly. Now, does he mean weekly as in strength or weekly as in regular?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Absolutely.
And knowing Marcus, it could go either way. So those were all of the new ones that we got, and I've played a couple. I've played a couple of them that we've gotten, and you'll hear all of these in rotation over the course of this year. In between, when we play the ad for another show here at mymac.com. And I always include one of these bumpers. And honestly, there doesn't have to be a contest for you guys to insult us. We just like it when you insult us. And I want to announce the winner of the bumper contest. And as I said in the beginning, there is an image of the rejiggered through random.org, all of the people that I put in, and the winner is Greg from NC. He was the number 1 winner, and he will get a $50 Apple gift card or the gift card of his choice for $50. And second place went to Marcus of all people. Wait, Hold on. Oh, I'm not ready. I don't have. I was going to say what it would have been funny if I'd been set up for it. Basically, I was is going to go to, and then I was going to do the censored noise, but I don't have it ready. But Marcus won second place, and he'll get the same for $25. So, Greg, if you will contact me and tell me whether you want an Apple gift card or one to Outback Steakhouse or whatever it is, whatever type of gift card you want, I'm more than happy to send it to you, other than for adamandeve.com. I'm not even going to get my name on that mailing list. So don't ask. Don't ask. Marcus, same thing. Get a hold of me. Let me know what type of gift card you want for $25, and we will get that to you.
Well done to everyone. Your imaginations are just so much better than ours.
Yeah, and I'm sometimes it hurts. The truth hurts sometimes. It really, really does. But we appreciate the fact that you guys took the time to record or send us, whatever form it was to insult us. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Love you.
Nice to know that you like the show so much. So if you would like to help support the show, jumping right into it, you can go to patreon.com/Mac Parrot. You can go to coffee, ko-fi.com/Mac Parrot, or you can pay a pal. You can pay a pal via paypal.me/Mac Parrot. But for this week, if you were thinking about doing any of those, don't. Go to one of the links that's in the show, and please send it to either Doctors Without Borders or the Ukrainian Red Cross. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
Doctors Without Borders is also known, or it's a derivative of Jeux Sans Frontières, so people in Europe may well know that.
So, Gaz, if people wanted to get a hold of you,
and
say, good God, 600 shows, really?
Really. The best way to do it. Can I ask, is that a little bit loud, that music, or is it okay?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay,
it's good.
It's good. Okay, well, send an email to Gaz, Gaz, at mymac.com, or on the Twitters, twitter.com/Gazmaz, Gazmaz.
Cars.
You can also send an email to both of us on the Twitters, twitter.com/Guy and Gaz, GUYANDGAZ.
Cars.
You can also send an email to feedback@mymac.com, FWDBACK at mymac.com. Now, I don't care. I'm not going to his lips. I'm not gonna try and be clever here. I'm just gonna go through it.
Guy was paid his $75,000.
Do we know it was a guy? I like to go with Guy.
I screwed up.
This guy's trying to slip me a Mickey. Only a rat would shoot a guy in the back.
Pay no attention to that guy behind the curtain.
Guy says
he's the guy.
His name was Guy.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Guy? You remember Guy? An email from Guy.
No.
Guy's the one.
No fooling.
Oh, thank you. Will it be this week or will it be some other week? We're the ants. The ants. And they're already in my brain because of Greg. 2 bits. 2 bits. That's the end of that right there. It is. Hello?
That's a bit of an in-joke, folks.
Yeah, I thought I had my phone turned off. Anyway.
My Mac.
Thank you, John. John F. Braun. If you would like to get a hold
Gaz,
of me,
you've got a point.
All you'd have to do.
Hit it.
Send that to Guy at mymac.com.
Bacon! Where's the bacon? I smell bacon! Bacon!
Oh, I turned you on to that one. Did you ever watch that on YouTube with the big dog nose?
No, there's no point. There's really no point.
Okay. Well, certainly not with audio. If you want to get a hold of me, you can send me an email, guy@mymac.com, or podcast@vertshark.com. Vertshark.com is the website for all the odds and all the vids, you can go over to the Tubes of You, and if you type in Vert Shark, if you type that in, there we go. And then like, share, subscribe. You can see all of the vids before they ever come out. No, that doesn't make any sense. You can see all the vids when they come out immediately. You'll get notifications. Wow, there's a new video. And you can watch them right there. Isn't that fabulous? I am on the Twitters, Gaz. I am Mac Parrot and or Vert Shark over there on the Twitters. And if you want to call us, like Marcus and Greg and I think at least one other person over the years has done so, it's so easy. You just go and you dial 1 or +1 outside the United States, 703-436-9501. That number again is 1 or +1 outside the United States, 703-436-9501. Or if you just don't like to do that, you can go right to the Skype application and get that 1 +1. Who the hell needs it? You can just dial 703-436-9501. Thank you. Thank you all for this so far continuing, and we apologize, journey into podcasting with Guy and Gaz. We really, really do appreciate the fact that you take the time, and no kidding, take the time to download and listen to us. And for those people who've been here for a really, really long time, thank you. And all kidding aside, we really, really do appreciate it. And Gaz, I think we're good enough.
Yeah.
And I think for 600 shows, 600, we've been smart enough. And that I'm
doing 600.
That would take a long time.
I know.
That Wilf of the Wilfkavilles really, really like us, and that people like Wilf like us. But he's not a Wilf, or he's not a people. I'm just going to shut up now.
Yes.
So you have to do the language.
You want me to do it?
Well, or pretend that you're going to
do it. I forgot. Sorry. I forgot.
Wow, this show runs like a Swiss clock.
I forgot I was going to do that little bit.
All right, we're going to rewind a little bit. And people like us.
I think that I'm going to try this language in my best female accent.
It's so smooth. It really, really is. All right. For people who actually speak Russian, listen very closely.
Путин – пенис, и его конец не будет удачным для него. Если ты поддержишь в этом Россию, то иди нахуй.
Right. Guy.
Yes. Hello?
What does a lemon say when it answers the phone? Yellow? Yellow? End.
Perfect.
End.
So you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on home and go home.